Good morning, Bobby Lee here from Hurricane Creek Farms. We have a busy one ahead of us today. But before we get into all that, y'all please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, but let's go. It appears we have a few bovines that identify as equines. Hey, y'all get out of here, go on. Because they want in the horse barn to be fed with the horses. I have to put the horses up, feed them first, because the horses will bully them and run them off from the feed bunk. But, yeah, I got the bulls and Lucy in the same pasture as the horses, at least temporarily right now. All right, you can see our little buddy Forrest from our last video, up and doing well. And I guess it's been about 3.5 days since we put those braces on his legs. So time we can get those off. Probably could have taken them off yesterday, but we left early yesterday morning, didn't get home till late last night, was gone all day, and so wanted to be around just in case he doesn't do well and we need to put them back on for any reason. But we'll get those off of him and get them both back out to pasture. At least that's the plan. Faster than I thought he might be. Come on, buddy. All right, moment of truth. Looky there. Looky there. Not gonna do a touchdown dance just yet, but that is a much more normal posture and gait for our young guy. So let mom finish that little bit of breakfast we gave her, clean up our mess. We'll let her actually eat that while we go feed these other animals, and then we'll get them out on pasture. Run, Forrest, run! Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I've been saving that line for like 3 days now to use in this video. Oh yeah, Forrest is running. He's feeling spry. Look at him. He'd been running around even with the braces on. But I guess just like Forrest, we didn't let him quite run out of them. We actually took them off of him. But open the gate down there just around the corner, my little chicken house, so they can just go out whenever they feel like it. She's gonna stop and eat now. But got them back on pasture. All these calves are in good shape, and as you may be able to appreciate, we've gone ahead, moved them out onto all this pasture. They'd eaten up just about everything in that little 4 or 5 acres where we'd had them confined for the last few days. They were in there for just about 9 days or so. Turned them out here 2 days ago. So they'll be fine in here forever. But of course, one of the big things we really got to get accomplished today is bringing in our bigger load of stocker calves tomorrow. They should be here tomorrow night, tomorrow being Monday. We'll buy through an order buyer there at an auction, and so going to be doing a few things to get ready for those. It's kind of where our stress, anxiety level is a little higher. As we get ready for that, we there's a lot of things to be sure we've got ready to go as we make those preparations. Coupled with that, the fact I got the 2 going for slaughter in the morning. Just got a lot going on. Bit busy next few days, but these are all in good shape. Still bringing them some feed. Obviously they got grass, they can survive on that alone, but feed keeps them gentle, keeps them running to us, and gives them just a little more gain. All right, so we made it over to my dad's place. Got his sprayer, his pull behind boomless. We've used it before. Last fall, I guess would have been the last time we used it when we were burning down our creek bottom pastures before we planted that fescue orchard grass, the clover mix, similar to our old spray over here, kind of in the weeds behind the clipper there. This one's a little bigger tank, 300 gallon versus 200. We actually probably won't put more than 200 gallons in this one anyway, but just in a lot better working condition, we hope. I put enough water in there just to test it out, be sure everything's hooked up. First time I've had it on this tractor, so make sure all that works. Then we'll get our chemical in there, spray out a tank. I say a tank, we'll spray out a 200 gallon tank. May see how much we get over it with that. I think we may put like another 100 gallons or so in there. Figure about 15 acres or so we probably want to spray. This one entire pasture, you know, all the ground we can get over, and then we're going to hit some select spots in the next one, lower ground where that buttercup's the worst. So got our tank filled up, mixing, spraying Cimarron. It's actually a dry granular, it's nice. It's enough for about 10 acres at the rate we want to put down. And surfactant and fill her up. Say we need her somewhere about right in here. So we got about 100 gallons or so in there now. We let that fill up. All we got to agitate and then get out there and get spraying. A little more about the weed we're targeting. We're getting nearly to our water level we need. Buttercup, common buttercup, not the what's the buttercup flower everybody likes, the daffodils, I don't know. They're blooming this time of year too, but no, this buttercup right here makes these yellow flowers. That's a smaller version of the plant, which most of it in pasture is more like this because the cows have been on it, but we don't want it to get to that point because obviously that's going to produce a lot of seed. But let's see here, yeah, we're not quite to 175 right there. It's not on perfectly level ground either. That's what we're wanting to kill. Ideally, we want to kill that without killing all our clover. The way this product is labeled, there is a pretty wide range between the rate that you can spray and kill the buttercup before you get up to the higher rates where you will kill clover. And so we're going to hope to keep it kind of in that sweet spot where we're effective on buttercup but not on the clover. But anyway, that's what we're trying to kill. Maybe some select spots in the pasture it is already blooming. For the most part, it is not. In typical fashion, we had a low tire. Wasn't really apparent until we got all that water on there. But the compressor's right there. Get a little air in there. Things starting off good. Everything's working as it should. Fingers crossed. It'll continue. Go ahead and answer one question I know we will probably get, because there are animals in this pasture. The donkeys are actually in the next pasture that we're going to kind of selectively spray some of the worst areas, and there are no grazing restrictions. This is a very safe product. You can spray it while cattle are grazing, while horses are grazing, anything like that. So, but yeah, mainly really what we're just wanting to get rid of right now, our one very troublesome springtime weed is that buttercup. And yeah, just ideally not want to kill all the clover in the process if we can accomplish that. So we sprayed out one 200 gallon tank. I've mixed up another 75 or so gallons just to get us over what we need to in this back pasture. And I noticed over there in the barn lot where Forrest and his mother have been the last couple of days. Of course, I opened the gate so they could go out and just left it open. And I think they did leave, but then all the other cows came in. We got one in heat, one of those gray kind of Charolais looking mamas. They had both calved back in December, some ones we just bought. So of course they're right up here, nose to nose with those bulls. Nobody's torn up a gate or anything yet, trying to get to each other, but hopefully they'll figure out they can't get to her or she can't get to them. She'll go back out there to pasture. But it's always my concern why I'd moved the bulls out here into this pasture where they wouldn't be directly nose to nose with the cows, especially not just across the barbed wire. We'll get that barn lot closed off once we get back up there this afternoon. We won't have to worry about that anymore. Took the sprayer back to my dad's house, so he has it back. that's one big item checked off the to-do list. We've been wanting to get that done for the last week or two. Wanted to wait until we were kind of out of risk for another real good freeze. So it's time to have to winterize the sprayer again, but also catching it when it was dry enough and still early enough for those buttercups all start to bloom. So that was nice to get that done today. We're gonna ride back here and check on these cows. There's our main man, Forrest. He is up, running. Well, if his mom will quit shielding us, running, walking, whatever he wants or needs to do without having any trouble. So that problem worked out just like it should. Cut this off. Make sure we get an eye on all the ones who haven't calved yet. Down to just 4. See, 2 of them are right here on this side of the creek. I think the 2 others are just right over there across. But a really, really nice day. But cool and windy. And the wind's picking up a little more now, not too bad. But yeah, inside that tractor with the sun just beaming in through that glass. Had to come out of the jacket. Heck, had to turn on the air conditioning. And as soon as you get off the tractor and the breeze picks up, now I'm wishing I grabbed a coat. Nice day nonetheless. Forrest and his mom crossing the creek. It'll be his first time crossing. Of course, he was born right after the bottom, but everything looks good here. While we're still a little bit on the subject of the buttercup and spraying, you can see we do have a fair amount of buttercup out here. But we had just planted this, just planted a lot of clover in here. You can see a fair amount of clover interspersed. So we weren't quite yet ready to sacrifice the clover. Be interested to see how much damage we did on the clover in those pastures. Not near as much clover to begin with, but if it all comes out of that spraying just fine, but we wipe out the buttercup really well, it'll be too late to worry about it this year. But for next spring, we'll try to hit it with that same rate and probably do that in these bottoms. That way we can maybe get rid of this buttercup. So we're loaded up. We're gonna take some hay to the other farm to put in the pen. So steers will be getting here tomorrow night. We'll unload them, leave them in the pen until we can get them run through and processed on Tuesday. We don't like to keep them penned up very long at all, so we'll get right on that as fast as we can, but they'll need some hay to eat while they're in there. We'll put probably 1 in the pen, 1 outside, because we'll also leave them up there in that first pasture for probably a few days till we make sure they're real good and calm. So they just need something to eat. 2 rolls delivered. Again, we got 1 in there. This is what they'll be unloaded in there tomorrow night. We got 1 out here, kind of just because grass is actually really coming on, and of course we had those other calves in here all winter long that were nibbling it back, and just in the 10 or so days they've been out of here, you can see it's really jumped. So we're ready for calves basically. At least the pastures and facilities all are. I hope I've got all my vaccines, dewormer, drugs, everything there that we're gonna need to process them. I think I do. We're gonna find out. Got the trailer hooked up, ready for hauling 2 of these steers off in the morning. And look what we have over here, all these lovebirds. She's over there looking for love. All the bulls are equally wanting to love on her. The time's not right yet. Y'all love on her today, and we're gonna have a calf like in December. We don't want that. First of the year, something. They're gonna have to wait about another month, a little over a month maybe. Girl, you need to get on out of here. You'll have time later on to deal with them. And then this little guy's like laughing at all these big bulls, saying, "Oh yeah, boys, y'all want her, but right now I've got her," because that's not her calf. But anyway, we'll get her run out of here, then get them run out of there, and then get that trailer backed up. So trailer backed up, ready for in the morning. All we have to do is load these boys, and I'm gonna plug the truck in though, because I'm in the 30s again overnight tonight. She barely wanted to start, you know, an hour ago. We're in the 50s, but should be set and ready to load up a couple of these gentlemen. Let y'all have one last look with all 8 of them over there. I think 015 is closest one to us, and then big boy over there laying down. I think he's 12. He's easily the biggest of them. Are going. They'll officially be beef tomorrow. No longer be cattle. But anyway, may just about wrap it up for this one. Got a bunch coming at us these next few days, so I hope you keep tuning back in. We're going to be, of course, delivering steers in the morning. Probably won't video that because that'll all be before daylight. But we'll be receiving stocker steers tomorrow night. That'll actually, after also be in the dark, it'll be tomorrow night sometime. We probably will start filming there. Then we're going to be processing them on Tuesday evening, about 48 hours from now. And we'll have all that on film for him, camera for you, good Lord willing. But anyway, thank you all. Thank you for watching. As always, please hit the thumbs up button. You should have done that, 20 minutes ago whenever I asked you at the beginning of the video. Whatever, you can do it now. Subscribe if you haven't. Share it. We love that. Leave me some comments. Tell me what you think about Forrest Gump's name. I mean, I'm probably not changing it anyway, but we like the comments. Love people to tell us what they think. Give us suggestions. I've had several suggestions just on like different things for the videos that have actually really helped out. But anyway, thank y'all. Everybody remember, eat beef and God bless. Y'all know it. Have a good one.